We're back. Did you miss me? Because I missed you, my little schnookums. Last week I did a video ranking early King Giz. We talked about their early singles and their early EPs before any actual albums, because we're ranking them chronologically and we're ranking them from D to S. Oh, and one conditional rule is I can't, even though like I've been listening to Giz for a while, I can't compare it to anything I've seen later in their discography, right? So I can, in this current moment, only talk about Anglesey, their singles, and Willoughby's Beach. Released in September of 2012, 12 Bar Bruise is not only the first LP, but also a first look into their full lineup. But in the time between Anglesey and Willoughby's, 2 more members would join the group, those being Ambrose and Cookie. Though at the time on Willoughby's Beach, Ambrose's involvement basically only amounted to just harmonica. Anyway, this album serves as a huge step for Giz, as a lot of its most iconic aspects were shown off here, such as the amazing artwork from Jason Galea, who would go on to make art for every subsequent album that followed 12 Bar. I think we just wanted to make it weird and loud and kind of dumb. Between 19 and 23 years old, nervous and confused, wide-eyed, living off of goon bags, ciggies, Doritos, and the doll. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of freaked the fuck out when he said goon bag. I'm too chronically online to not think of the other kind of goon. But apparently they mean boxed wine. They have like a whole game called Wheel of Goon. Alright, let's get into the music.
The Goon Squad!
Alright, we're back. These are my favorites. Okay, let's actually start talking about this thing and then get into the ranking. So where we last left off, I put singles and Anglesey in D and Willoughby's Beach in C. Where am I putting 12 Bar? I don't know. For me, 12 Bar kind of feels like a finale. For the last 2 years in the timeline, Giz has been like fully dead set on this punk garage rock kind of style where they're basically just shooting the shit. They don't really know what they're doing, but they're having fun with it. And yeah, 12 Bar still feels like that, but it also feels kind of like a bookend to that. The natural conclusion, the maturing, and like, I don't know, I don't want to like be like an Ambrose Glazer, but a lot of it is because of Ambrose. I feel like they started using a lot more blues influence because of Ambrose, and a lot more country influence. I wouldn't call this a blues album, but it's definitely more inspired by blues genres and anything. What the fuck, my fucking dog. And that influence really shines on tracks like Sea of Trees or Cutthroat Boogie. If you were there for my Willoughby's Beach video, you'd remember that I gave it a C because I said at the time it felt like its most natural conclusion. While that is still technically true, I think the real natural conclusion to their garage rock era is 12 Bar. And yeah, from this point on, it's kind of gonna be a bit before we hear anything like this again. Which on one hand sucks, because I think 12 Bar is the perfect encapsulation of their early sound. I also kind of think it does leave the door open a bit to see what comes after. Like, this whole album's oozing with character. Like, the puns in song titles, or the use of the German word nine in the track 9 to emphasize the amount of drinks they've had, and also trying to show the amount of regret in the narrator's voice. Or Sam Cherry's Last Shot just being an early Eyes Like the Sky song. Or, most infamous fact about this album, do you know the title track was recorded on 4 fucking iPhones? Basically just for no reason, just because they fucking could? That's funny as fuck. Honestly, if anywhere, I'm gonna have to put 12 Bar in a B, like a high B. I was debating on A, and that might change in the future, but for now, I'm comfortable with it being in high B. I think it shows its superiority quite well. Okay, so you know how like they've been doing garage rock for the past like 2 whole fucking years? Well, what if they just threw all that out the window and was like, hey, let's go to Arizona.
Bad white men call him the devil. The Yavapai call him Eyes Like the Sky.
Well, boy, howdy. Eyes Like the Sky is Gizz's second full-length album, released in early 2013. Unlike most of Gizz's discography, Eyes Like the Sky particularly stands out because of its nature as a multi-song, read-along, narrative-based Western musical. There's really one other time Giz would attempt something like this, and that was 2017's Murder of the Universe, but we got a long ways before that one. When discussing this one, the idea for Eyes Like the Sky came to the group when, during a live performance of Sam Cherry's Last Shot, they got so into it, it just kind of turned into an off-the-cuff jam, and that jam subsequently just led them to making a full fucking album like it. Stu said, "You could hear my parents' dogs barking in the background and my dad banging on some old rusted saw blade. I didn't really have much of an idea about recording back then. I still don't really. I think I had 2 microphones and I was recording onto a hunk of shit but kinda awesome digital 8-track machine. Brad and I went back and forth from there, sometimes the music inspiring the words or the words inspiring the music. It all came together pretty fast. So, as you may be able to tell, it is flattering and bemusing to me that people would want to listen to this fried, weird, lo-fi record of ours." It's just always so funny to me to see how much the band in their early days had to just MacGyver shit to make an album work. That being said, though, I haven't really listened to Eyes Like the Sky that much. I've listened to Murder of the Universe a lot, though, so I'll probably like this. Alright, we're back, and shoddy costume change aside, this was really fucking fun. I see a lot of discourse online about this one. From what I've seen, people don't really fuck with this one too much because of its more narrative style, but I genuinely think you should view this one from more of a story perspective rather than a music one. And I mean, that's not to say, like, let's discredit the music, because it is such an integral part about this, but the way the music and the story weave together, it's like a perfect match, I think. This album follows the story of Miguel O'Brien, or Blue, or Eyes Like the Sky, or Jepson. This kid's got a lot of names. But Blue was captured by the natives when he was only 5, and from that point, raised among the native tribe. It's a short story about the boy growing up and learning every skill he needs out in the West, and using that to his advantage against anyone who'd get in his way. Really cool short story. But holy fuck, it's short. It's short. Clocking in at 27 minutes, it only gives you enough time to get invested, but I feel like its investment doesn't really pay off too well. I would absolutely have loved to hear a singular, dedicated song about the God-Man or Blue and the girl hunting, but there's just not enough time for it. If those existed, that'd be really sick. I don't know, am I weird for getting invested in something like this? I probably should have known from Sam Cherry that I was definitely always going to end up liking this. I just didn't think I'd like it this much. So I only listened to this like once, I think. Once or twice, maybe. You should definitely listen to this while you're playing Red Dead. Like hunting game or doing bounty hunts or whatever. In and Out taking down interview that's so old I literally had to use the Wayback Machine. Stu talks about evil guitars. And boy, do you hear a lot of that here. That dirty amateurish style from their garage rock still stays in here, and it blends super well with the dirty, gross, and evil world that this story takes place in. So, yeah, I've got to give it a B. I would maybe even rank it higher if it was just a little longer. If you ever go listening to this or re-listening to this ever, please listen to it all at once, because it's just not the same if you listen to only small snippets. Okay, that's the video. I don't really know how long this ended up being, but I'm hoping it's longer than the last one, because I felt a little weird only making it be like 7 minutes. That was kind of crazy. Let me know what you thought. Do you agree with B's for both of these? Next week I'm doing oddments and Float Along, Fill Your Lungs, so that'll be really fun. I'm looking forward to that one as well. My name is John Marston!